Good evening, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my record players reviews. And tonight we are finally going to do the Zuru MiniBrands record player. I will eventually do a comparison of the MGA Miniverse and the MiniBrands side by side, but for tonight we're going to do the focus only on Zuru, the record player, and the ball. And as my tradition with Zuru MiniBrands, I will open one ball live on camera, and the others I kind of have pre-opened, and hopefully you're about to find out that this is going to be as much fun to open. She says as she immediately goes into tearing up the packaging. If this will be as much fun to open as was the previous. So what I'm holding up here are the directions for getting the record player to play. I'm not sure if this is going to have the batteries that inside of it. I may just want to go ahead and grab the knife and cut this, which I will do. Luckily my toolkit has an X-Acto. There does not appear to be an explanation of how to set this free. It's nice though that they package these. On the one hand, it's great that they're packaging this so tightly. On the other hand, it's like, come on now. Okay, so we have set this free. Now, is this telling me how to get it out? I don't know. This is telling me that the gift is Bruno Mars. So yes, this is telling me how to get this off. Okay, so evidently just twist these off. Okay, and that lifts them out. Look. Okay, and this one appears to be a little stuck. Hang on. There we go. And then somehow here. Again, on the one hand, I appreciate that they pack these very securely. On the other hand, WTF. But whereas the other time I was in Liberation Hell, this is now free. Okay. There we go. All right. So not a whole lot of love here for the extra packaging, only in the sense that waste of pink, not pink, but black, the packaging. Now this I think is to charge it, because they did say that this was chargeable. Okay. And not quite sure what else they're going to tell me, but here's the record player. And this is Rose by Bruno Mars. And there does not appear... Oh wait, this is the record. Okay, here's the record. I don't want to scratch the record too much. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is paper. We take the paper off. We put the record on. We snap the record into place. We move the needle on. For some reason it's not staying down, but there it's moving. So here we go. Okay, that was not Bruno Mars. That was like the alien version of Bruno Mars. But yeah, and again, I'm not going to play these for too long because I don't want to run the risk of breaking copyright law. So, but this is what I like about this is that you get these great slip cases, and then you can supposedly put the records back in. So there you go. Just popping this open so I can get the record back in here. Yep. Oh, and look. So you get the glory of a proper record sleeve. Ta-da. Ta-da. And ta-da. And that is the whole record player. So on the one hand, that's very nice and lovely. But as you can also see, it doesn't come with a console. So what I'm gonna do very quickly is bring in the console from MGA Universe, but this is the only time you're gonna see anything MGA. And there we go. Ta-da. Oh, look, more directions that probably could have helped me. This will probably tell me how to get the record player to play. Oh, this is the, okay, this is not as nice, but this is supposed to be, and then you can line the records up here like so. And then what it tells me is turn it on. And you have to press it down to get to hear the music, which we just did. Now, I also said, now I prefer that console, so we're going to just keep that console. But we also have some records to open, so let's get to it. Second thing that I like about this, and I'll tell you this because I have pre-opened the other two balls so I can just bring them out. But what I do like about this is for all the over packaging of getting these record players out, you can open the records in this case, as you'll see in a second, simply by tearing it. You don't need scissors. So that's a big plus for me. So you get, in these packages, you get 2 records, 4 records, the guide to tell you all the different albums, and you get an additional accessory. So let's find out. And of course, as always, you can get rid of the trash magically by shoving it all back in the globe. So that's the accessory bag you also don't need scissors for, though I did open the other 2 with scissors. And I got headphones. What I will do in the next video is have a doll here, which is going to scale everything, but immediately what I like about it is there's flexibility. So if you have dolls with different hairdos, up and down, side, well, not sideways hair, but, and you can push and these also pop out a little bit, so there's a give if they have on very chunky earrings. This is also going to be good for action figures. And what I mean by that is, if you think about it, action figures like Deadpool or like a Marvel action figure who would also listen to music, they would probably have stuff in their on their head that would make it hard for headphones to go on. The first album is, I have no idea, but I've never heard of them. No. I think I'm going to have the guide down in front of me. So let me do that before I make myself insane. This is Sucker, which I've never heard of, whom I've never heard of. Quick thing to tell you as I open these, when I was a kid, I wouldn't buy records. I would tape music that I liked off of the radio, because usually there was only like 1 or 2 songs on the album I really liked. So I just figured I'd keep using the cassettes, because what could possibly happen to cassettes? They weren't going anywhere. Okay, so this, I feel like there's also like, I should know like right away what some of these are, but again, I'm stupid. No, this is Can't Imagine by Shawn Mendes. Oh, good. Sucker by the Jonas Brothers. Shawn Mendes. Yeah, I'm just a little too old for both of them, so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. When I get to someone I actually listened to when I was a kid, I'll let you know. You'll Be Alright, Kid. I feel like I should know who this is. I do not. Are there more albums on the back? Thank God there are. Not a clue who you are. Not a clue, not a clue. This has to be here somewhere. I cannot find it right now, but trust me, that's what it says on the album, is You'll Be Alright, Kid. Is this a rare one? Did I actually look out and get a rare one? I don't know. Who are these people? I truly do not know who this is. Somehow this is not even... I'll probably find it eventually, and you will then tell me, Barbara, you're an idiot. But for right now, I have no idea who you are. I'll just assume it's a cool album. Next. Okay. Sting. I do think this is this the rare Sting? If I Ever Lose My Faith in You? No, this is not a rare one. This is common. But yes, I do know. If I ever lose my faith in you. So I also have this other common Sting, My Song. I do like Sting, but he's not someone I would have bought multiple albums of. I would have probably done the whole by the greatest hits. Yes, I am just that cheap. My Turn. My Turn Deluxe. I don't... Ooh. No idea who you are. Still no idea who you are. Okay. My Turn Deluxe, no idea. We'll have to find them. This is the Commodores, who I do know and like. So raise your hands to heaven and pray, or I will figure out who those are. This is where it's like, what the hell do you this is the horror of anyone who's like got very eclectic taste in music, because you're like, I don't know who any of these people are. So I have no idea what album that is. It is Down by Marion Hill. Never heard of them. Peaches and Herb, yes, thank you very much. I've heard of them. Beautiful Things by Benson Boone. Heard of him, don't own anything by him. This is a bona fide rare one. It is the Jackson 5 ABC, and I'm kind of annoyed at myself because I did start to cut these and I cut that. But I wouldn't sell this anyway because it's the Jacksons. So there we go. And what accessories did I get? I got several record holders. To display. And I got this beautiful little music award, which I'm immediately going to present to my Pierce Brosnan action figure. Why? In the vainglorious hope that if the action figure has this, then maybe Mr. Brosnan will stop singing. No, I actually like his singing voice, but I don't think we're ever going to see like Mamma Mia in this collection, but who knows. Okay, so very quickly, these are cool. They are cool for a lot of reasons, not the least of which is, again, you have the full album experience. And I'm just going to do this with ABC because Michael. Interestingly, this will mean that my dolls actually have more albums than I do. They probably could not do the entire album art, so while the slipcover is not probably the original, you do have the actual record art on it, which is nice. And I'm just gonna leave the plastic covers on these for right now, just to keep them pristine. So far, I mean, honestly, to be fair, when I played the Miniverse, it was Beethoven. And Beethoven is obviously very easy to do whatever you want to because he's, if not public domain, classical music is not the same as having, you know, Bruno Mars. So obviously they have to do things a little bit differently. But, and I don't, you know what, let's give it a shot. Let's see how ABC sounds. Please don't make me regret this Miniverse. Okay. Okay, again, I don't want to run the risk of breaking copyright. That's a lot closer. So now, I kind of want to break the tie, and maybe I will break the tie in my next review, and we'll find out how these are. So speaking of my next review, in the next review, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a doll here. They're going to hold, and an action figure. They're going to hold the records. They're going to be next to the record player. And we're going to see once and for all which one, how, you know, ultimately, what is closer to 1/6 scale, what's going to work, and what's not going to work. So perhaps putting these back in the plastic case was not the best idea I've ever had. But anyway, I don't know if I really can. It's also not helping that tonight is a humid night. Oh, there we go. Okay. So next review, we're going to have dolls here and they're going to pose with everything to see what exactly is a good scale and what isn't. But for right now, I'm Barbara, and I will see you in the next review, which will be the full-on comparison. I will see you then. Take care.